Okay, um, I'm going live because Bert reminded me that it's Monday, and that used to be something I used to do in my normal life was go live on Mondays. I'm taking a break from a feeding attempt that has taken over an hour now. This morning I met with a lactation consultant. She came to the house. This is different than the one that we met with in the hospital. That was awesome. And I don't mean to say that the one I met with today wasn't awesome. I'm just frustrated right now, trying to put into practice everything I learned this morning. I'm not doing it. For some reason, it worked when she was here this morning, and now everything that I learned, uh, I can't, I can't get it to work. So right now, my baby has mittens on her hands and mittens on her feet because socks don't fit her. So she doesn't scratch the shit out of me while I try to feed her. She has a pacifier in her mouth because that's more comforting than my breast. This is real life, guys. But we're doing fine, and I'm not sugarcoating. I'm not sugarcoating postpartum. If you're looking for all the hacks of how to breastfeed or how to get your kid to be on a schedule for feeding and sleeping, you're not going to find it here. This is not the how-to channel. This is the you're not alone channel if you're experiencing this kind of frustration yourself. Or hey, this is the channel where you come to feel better about your parenting skills because hey, Lynn's got it not figured out at all, and at least you have it figured out a little. So good job for you if you do. I'm fine, really, and I know that I'm doing the best that I can, and that's what's important. And honestly, I don't need anyone else to tell me that I'm doing the best I can because it's not very comforting anymore. I don't know. Nothing's comforting anymore. I am fine, though, really. The past week has been ups and downs. I did hit a point where I had to completely let it all out, and I cried. That sobbed and cried at the same time. I sobbed uncontrollably in the middle of the night because we had trouble with feeding. Now my struggles with feeding are not dangerous to her. She's getting all of her nutrients. The struggle is that she is currently using we're using a nipple shield. That was something they gave me at the hospital to try and help with the shape of my nipples and her latching because she is small and my nipples are soft and round. I don't know what they technically call them, but they weren't good for latching. So they gave me this nipple shield, and now we are trying to wean off of the nipple shield. But even when I wear the nipple shield, sometimes that's not what she wants. And yeah, it's frustrating, to put it nicely. The other hard part is that even if she does take my boob with the nipple shield, apparently I don't know how much to give her, or there's not enough, or there's the puke and the time and it's just everything, So we don't have it figured out. We're figuring it out. And just when I think I have it figured out, it changes. It's, and we laugh. We look back and laugh on things like that. And it's just because it's true. Every time we think we have it figured out, it changes. Yes, I see the comments. I see, Mom, it takes time. I know that. I did find a lot of comfort in sharing with a few people that I cried. And I was actually really, it helped me so much that each person that I said that to said, oh yeah, I've been there too. God, that was comforting, because I really thought I was the only one that was crying as hard as I was out of frustration and just feeling like I couldn't get it figured out. This happens to everybody, I guess. I think it happens to everybody now, because everyone that I've talked to says it happened to them, and I don't know. I didn't tell just 1 or 2 people. So anyway, good for you if you never had a giant cry when you became a new parent. Congrats. I think that it's kind of a rite of passage. I keep looking down because she is just off camera in front of me, and I'm monitoring the pacifier situation and the mitten situation. She doesn't go crazy on me for a few minutes. What else happened? Okay, so we did go to the 2-week pediatrician appointment last week. Good news, she's doing great. They even use the word perfect. I think that is a word that they use to make parents feel better at the end of appointments. But tell me if I'm wrong there. She's not perfect. She does have, she's getting enough food, but she could be getting more. Her weight is low, but she's growing in inches, so she's getting taller, and her head size is growing on track. So good for her brain and good for her height, but we do need to get some meat on these bones. So that's why I had the lactation consultant come. Well, that's not why, but it was worked out that I had the lactation consultant scheduled for this morning to come to our house. Yes, Elliot, she has regained her birth weight. She was born 5 pounds 7 ounces. At her pediatrician appointment on Friday, she was 5 pounds about 12 ounces. And then today, when she was weighed on 2 separate scales, she was 6 pounds and some tiny bit of change. So she is gaining weight. So there's no issues there. She's fine. There's nothing unhealthy about what's going on. It's just frustration and trying to get her to, instead of using these nipple shields, use or just latch straight onto me. So that's where we're at now. It's the biggest frustration. But also good news. Yes, Dad asked how's her arm, and that is an awesome question, because I am happy to report that last Monday, I think it must have been after the live stream, she was using her arm like it was not broken ever. It was amazing. Great for her. So cool. So she's moving her arm, and that was super exciting when we first saw that. But now that means instead of having just one hand with tiny sharp little nails to claw at my nipple, she now has 2, which is not a win in my book. Yeah. So that's fun. Good. Okay, baby. So we might have to keep today's live stream on the short side, because I do have to try and get back to feeding her, and we'll see how that goes. We got our newborn pictures back from Lauren. She did another great job for us. I know you're looking for food. I get it, baby. And we are excited to be using those for our announcement cards, which I'll be slipping into thank you cards, which I hope to be getting done this week too. I have support coming. Bert returned to work today, which was fine, because the lactation appointment that we had this morning, that ended up going for like 3 hours. So I never felt alone this morning. Made myself some breakfast, and then, the consultant showed up, and by the time she was done, we had to leave for our kidney appointment. We went over to Lurie Children's Hospital, which is we felt really cool going there, because we hear such great things about this hospital, and it really is awesome. I don't remember if I told you, but during her ultrasound, last prenatal ultrasound, they found that one of her kidneys was lower down than the other. And they said, don't worry about it. Usually these things kind of work themselves out. So we didn't worry about it. Okay. Then that note was in there when we were at the hospital, and then after she was born, they also did an ultrasound and found that, yes, in fact, one of her kidneys is lower down. And again, they said, probably nothing to worry about, but we're going to send you over to Lori's to get it checked out with a kidney specialist. So that's where we went today. Yeah, they put their cold hands all over you, didn't they? She loves that. Everyone gets so excited though when we have a little baby, so like at the doctor's offices. So at least that's going for us, I guess. Again, today the doctor kind of, being a specialist in kidneys, was like, there's not a lot to worry about. There's a few things that, like, higher risk of urinary tract infections, maybe higher risk of kidney stones, though she said not likely. And then also just there's a chance that the lower kidney will develop to be smaller than the other one and therefore maybe not as functioning. And then just as long as she doesn't like fall, like doing, BMX biking or kick flips on the snowboard hills and land on her good kidney, then she's fine. So basically they said stick to soccer, which we were happy to hear. So she's going to be a soccer player. I don't know. It's all about, like, falling and not landing on your kidney. I've never landed on my kidney in soccer, so I think we're in the clear. And I don't know. We have where she's gonna get another ultrasound in 2 months, and then another one in like 6 months, something like that. And then this specialist will, review those results, and if there's anything to make a plan about, we will. Otherwise, hopefully we'll just kind of be in the clear, and then she'll just get kind of scans every year, every 2 years throughout her life or her childhood to make sure that everything's fine. So we'll just keep an eye on it, but we're not worried. It's one of those things. You luckily she was born with 2 kidneys. You really only need one. I know this is a lot of information to be sharing about her. But anyway, it's just kind of another thing that, Bert and I have, like, appointments for. I have a follow-up appointment. Yes, correct, Mom. No boxing. No boxing for Amelia. No MMA. So I have my follow-up appointment this week. I think I will mention to them that I've been crying out. When we went to the pediatrician appointment, they give you these screening questions for depression, postpartum depression, at a few different points after you have a baby, which I appreciate, and I think it's great. I've always dealt with my depression or anxiety or issues or whatever with therapy and haven't gone on any medication. I have nothing against it. But me personally, I just like doing therapy instead. So I'm just still in the camp where I don't want to go on medication for postpartum right now. But hey, you know what? If it helps me, get through the next few weeks or months or whatever it may be, without losing my mind, then hey, maybe I need to do it. Take the extra help where I can get it. So we will see, and there's no shame in that. Also thankful that tomorrow I've got my parents coming to help me out since Bert's back at work. Some extra hands around the house for just whatever. It might just be to be here with me. Honestly, it might be for diaper changes. It might just be to hold the baby so I can take a shower. I'm thankful for the extra help, and it's nice. And I also have a few friends that have offered to bring meals over, which I don't know what that's supposed to look like postpartum, or when you bring a baby home, if that's supposed to just be someone dropping a meal off on your doorstep and leaving, or if, to me it's like, hey, come on over and have the meal with us. I need some social interaction. That's just filling my own cup, my needs for, I don't know, not feeling like I'm cooped up here like it's a pandemic all over again. So anyway, I don't know. I've been like, anytime someone offers to have a meal with us, I'm like, yes, come over and stay. And then I find myself kind of straightening up. So I don't know. I don't know. And I know no one's expecting someone that just had babies to have a perfectly clean home. So here I am. I don't know if I haven't made it clear. I'm stressed out. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I haven't showered today, but I think I did yesterday. I think I'm getting a shower every other day. I feel very supported. I feel like there's nothing more that people can be offering to do or doing for us. Like we are fine, and this is just part of being new parents. The tiredness and everything, this is just how it's supposed to go. And I am, I'm proud to be trying to, and have a goal of breastfeeding, and I'm not going to give up. It's very challenging and difficult, but no matter how hard it is, I do plan on seeing it through and getting there. All right, this little lady's getting fussy, as you can hear. So I'm going to wrap this wonderful episode up, and if you feel better about yourselves after watching this, awesome, cool. At least I made someone's day today. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll be back next week, and hopefully with a little bit more cheery and positive of an episode. I'll talk to you later. Bye.